So my current concern with the whole body recomposition tactic is basically that everybody thinks that it's going to work for them now that it's popular on social media. And I think because we've been throwing around the term so loosely, every single person in their fitness journey thinks that body recomposition is the answer now. When in reality, your fitness goals, where you're at in your timeline, makes a huge difference depending on if body recomposition is the right route for you and if it's going to actually get you to the goals that you want faster, or if you're holding yourself back whenever you can take a more efficient approach that's going to have you happier and more confident with how your body looks sooner. I want to help you figure out if body recomposition is actually right for you, or if there's a better, more efficient way that you should go about reaching your goals depending on what those are. So prime time for body recomposition, let me just give you an example. For me, was at the beginning of my fitness journey, and honestly, prime time for anyone is like before you ever start lifting, or if you've just taken like a really long break, like say you haven't lifted in a year for some reason and you're going back to it, then that's also a prime time. When I first started my fitness journey from like a weight loss perspective, I had put on like a lot of fat my freshman year of college, and this was like a prime time for me to start body recomposition because I had a lot of fat over my muscles. I had not been consistently strength training. I like dabbled in strength training in high school sports, but it was nothing on like a consistent progressive overload program where I could actually put on muscle mass. I was a beginner to lifting and I had fat to lose. And so me entering a moderate calorie deficit with a high protein diet and strength training at the same time was like exactly what my body needed to be able to lose fat and gain muscle at the same time and make faster progress in a body recomposition phase than I would if I was just focusing on building muscle or losing fat and then switching on and off between those. But if you look at me now, for example, I've been lifting for like 6 years. My body is of course used to a progressive overload training program, and I just went through a cut this year so that I'm kind of at a really comfortable lower body fat percentage where I don't have like a whole lot of fat to lose. So it would make sense for me right now to try to go through like a body recomposition to see quicker progress because I don't have a lot of fat to lose and I do need to build muscle, and me building muscle is only going to happen whenever I am in like a slight surplus. One of my clients asked me about this the other day, and she has been somebody who has been lifting in her fat loss journey, and we've gotten her down to her scale weight where she feels really comfortable, and now we're reverse dieting her. She is really lean and she's a really low body fat percentage, but she does want to have more muscle mass so that she reveals more tone definition when she is at that lower body fat percentage. She was asking me if body recomposition was the answer for her, and I was like, girlie, listen, honestly, we need to put you in a surplus so that we can actually put your body in a place where it can build on muscle, or at least put you in a maintenance, because you're already lean, you're already at a low body fat percentage, and you don't have a lot of body fat to lose, so it wouldn't make sense for us to try to do both at the same time. For her, it's going to be a lot more efficient for us to go into a surplus, work on building muscle without putting on a lot of fat in the process, and then just going through like a short little cut at the end if we need to shred off some fat from that muscle gain little spurt that we went through. That's going to be a lot more efficient for her because of her circumstances and where she's at, because she's been lifting and because she's a lower body fat percentage. Think about why bodybuilders don't just use body recomp. If for every single person it was a better route, if you could lose fat and gain muscle super efficiently and everybody could do that, bodybuilders would be doing that, but instead they do cutting and bulking phases because they've been lifting for a long time. They have to go through the bulking phase to put on the muscle. A little fat comes along with that, and then the cutting phase to shred off the fat, and that makes their goals happen of that in physique where they look toned, leaned, and defined a lot quicker than if they were trying to do that through body recomposition when it just isn't optimal for the state that they're in their fitness journey right then.